So today I'm going to be showing you how to use Turning Point software. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to go to this website, turningtechnologies.com/downloads. Then you come down here, click on whichever version you need. Once your download is complete, an icon will appear like this on your desktop. In order to do that, to integrate it into a PowerPoint, you're going to just double click on this icon. Once it loads, you will double click on the PowerPoint polling. This will open up your computer's PowerPoint. It lets you choose PowerPoints that you already have set up on your computer. So once you get into your actual PowerPoint, you scroll down to wherever you want the polling question to be. So I want it to be after the majority of my lesson. And I insert a new question. You can do all these different types of questions. The only one that I personally have used is the multiple choice. So I'm going to add a multiple choice question. So I want this question to be checking if they know what the amendments meant. So I'm going to start by asking, who gained the right to vote with the 19th Amendment? And then down here you can enter in the answers. So first I'll put African Americans. Next answer I'll put women. The third answer I will put anyone over 18. And we'll throw a fourth one in. We'll do African American males. So, over here, you have your slide preferences. If you were to click the anonymous preference, that would make it so that you don't even see the clicker IDs come in down here or at the top. It was completely anonymous. It would just say anonymous on your slide. If you do multiple responses, that would be if more than one of these answers were correct. You could have them enter in more than one response. Automatic open polling makes it so that as soon as you get to the slide, the polling is open, and you can either show results after the polling or as the polling is occurring. I always like to do after so that they don't guess based off of which has the most. And then first response only would be if you were using this for a game. You would have the first person enter in and then it's done, and whatever they answer, everyone gets to see. Down here, I put in which answers are which. So B is the correct answer, and the other two are incorrect. I can make it so there's more than one correct answer, but that is not the case for this question. So I have this all set up. What I like to do at the end is over here in Objects, you can put in a check mark for the correct answer. So that comes up later. So now let's see how this would actually look in your PowerPoint. So let's move to, let's say, the middle of the lesson. And we'll view from this slide. So here I have some of the amendments, talking about which amendments did what. And the students already know that I wanted them to know the 13th, 14th, the 14th, 15th, 19th, 24th, and 26th amendments. So they already have that in mind when we're going through, so they know that some of them are more important to know for this particular unit than others. Okay. So here we are. So as soon as I got to the vote, you see up here it says polling open. If I was in a classroom right now and students were answering, you would see their responses here, and their clicker ID numbers would come in here. So you can see how many of them are answering, and you can see which ones are even answering. It's more anonymous to them, but you do know for the most part who has what clicker ID number. Once you see that they've all answered, you advance the PowerPoint, and now your chart comes up. So this shows which percentages of students answered which question. So they would come up saying maybe 20% of them answered African Americans, maybe 70% of them answered women, and maybe 5% answered anyone over 18. So you'll be able to see that, and then that lets you adjust your lesson, first of all, if you need to go back and reteach the content, and it also lets you see where many of them are making the common errors or common misconceptions in the material. What this also allows for is that the students don't know how other individuals did, but they know how they did. So they can see, oh, I chose C and I was the only one that chose C. So what do I need to do to improve my learning? Then, when you're finally ready and you've addressed misconceptions, you can go through, the check mark comes up, says what the right answer is, and then you can move on with your lesson. And that is how you would use Turning Point Technologies as a formative assessment in the classroom.